Hello and welcome back, folks, to another episode of RGDS, your retro gaming discussion show, your go-to place for pixel-perfect nostalgia, coin-op chatter, and the odd bit of gaming masochism. Yes, I'm Paul Driscoll, aka The Drisk, and joining me is my usual partner in retro crime, the man who can sniff out a classic game obscurity like a little truffle pig on the hunt. Yes, it's Gordon King, aka Kingy. How are you, buddy?
I'm very well, Paul. Good to join you in another episode. Doing well, can't complain as life's treating us, reasonably well.
Yeah, it's a hot sunshine, isn't it? It's just you want to be outside in the garden. And
I'm bad for that, and I have been doing that quite a lot. Yeah. So in that essence, maybe not quite as much gaming as I would normally do. But you know what? The hint of autumn's here, and then the darker nights, and then it's just gaming galore.
I know. I'm itching to go back to Warsaw, the retro realms, but it's just not when it's this hot.
I thought you said Warsaw. I thought you were going to the pinball museum in Warsaw.
In Warsaw, I wouldn't mind that. Actually, yeah. No. So, what, have you been up to anything retro-wise before we go into the main show?
The only thing, I mean, apart from the usual working with the magazine stuff that I do, and just socialising with the guys in the Discord channel, I suppose the only thing I'm just at the early stages is because the Pac-Man Battle Royale has been released on Technoparrot now, and it works perfectly fine. I just can't. I mean, you find you can plug 4 Xbox 360 controllers into your PC if you've got enough USB ports, that is.
Yeah, of course.
And play it on the big screen. But it's just not the same thing. So I'm teasing making a mini cocktail cabinet. If I say nice. A 24-inch monitor and having the joysticks around it. So I'm just planning how I'm going to make it as compact without people nudging shoulders against each other whilst playing.
Yeah.
No fat bastards allowed, just skinny blokes only. So
perhaps you could do it where the controller comes out a bit for the fat bastards.
yeah, it's got consideration modifications. Yeah. I don't know. So I'm in early design stage of that to see what I can do. It's not a difficult thing to make. I mean, obviously I did the pinball table there. Prior, you've not got any silly slants. It's just basically a flush monitor screen, and I'll have the controllers on the side, jutting out rather directly on top, so it keeps it nice and slim. So it can be lifted and then put onto a coffee table or something for people to play. So I've not fully mapped out my mind yet. I've got ideas, but I need to do some experiments, and bits of cardboard always work first, but. It's just another. I like a project,
Yeah. No, that'd be really cool. And of course, you've got to make sure it does Warlords as well.
Well, that's what I was saying to those that I was chatting about on the Discord channel. If I'm doing that, you may as well put spinners on and do Warlords, So, but then that just puts the bloody cost up, and
that's true.
It just mounts up. But you're right. What else? What other multiplayer games that you view down would be suitable? And I was trying to think of that. And apart from the old classic racing games where they would force steering wheels around it, I can't think of. I'm not talking like Gauntlet and stuff like that, because people are around the other side of the machine.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
So it's got to be where it doesn't matter if you see yourself upside down or not, or so.
Yeah,
I'll think about it. It'll probably end up being a disaster, or not a disaster, but I'll make it so big it'll be the size of a bloody pool table, and I'll use a 40-inch television or something, and then my name will be mud in the house for bringing another piece of retro real estate.
Sounds good to me. To me. Well, the way I look at it is I'm always in the doghouse, so I've made it quite comfortable. Yeah. So you might as well just fully embrace the doghouse or nature.
I think words of wisdom there, mate. Words of wisdom. So what about yourself?
Yeah, I'm like you. It's like the sunshine, and been enjoying. But I have been, because I did the video edit of James Bond, because I like to go back to some of our old audio only shows and give. Are you all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, lots of noise.
I was sitting back in my chair listening to your long yarn. We're in for the long one, folks. It's on about James Bond again.
Yeah, so I did my audio, so the video version of it, and that sort of got me all into James Bond again. I thought I'll play properly, because you know what it's like for the podcast. You always have in the back of your mind, I can't spend too long playing it because I got to go on to the next game. Got to go. So it's kind of nice to just have that sort of like just to play it to enjoy, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I have created another. I'm not really for the clicks, but it was so we don't fill up our main channel. Is I've done like an RGDS Let's Play, so I have been recording them to put it on there. But yes, it's a lot of fun. I've been really enjoying. You know, I'm more sort of like licensed to miss than it, but yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I've been enjoying.
Yeah, I mean, you get people. You get people record the complete playthroughs where there's almost gaming to perfection. They know the game like the back of their hand. There's some people you watch when you're looking at, just doing research on a game and that and looking further, and you watch them play and you go, you're the worst player on the planet. And say, Jesus.
And then you say, it's another one by Drisky.
Yeah, as long as you're somewhere in the middle, mate, then you'll be fine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I've been enjoying it anyway. And of course, like there's a few things out there that I'm getting excited for. Did you see? Although there was no like footage, but did you see the Amiga 1200 Maxi?
Yes, quite excited for that. Yeah. This is the trouble now. I'm normally a fence sitter, but when something like that's been announced, it's like, oh no, no.
That's a definite buy for me. I mean, even more than I'm happy with my the rubber keyboard Spectrum Mini, but Amiga Maxi, love that. So excited for that. And also there's probably won't go for it myself, but you see the Vectrix Mini is coming.
I did, yeah. But the trouble is, as much as, Vectrixes themselves, notorious at breaking down unless you're skilled in repairing them, and if the tube goes well, there's that. But it's the cost. It's prohibitive now. I love the Vectrix. The games are great fun. But seeing the Mini, I was tempted, don't get me wrong, but it just looks like a mobile phone screen chucked into a bit of plastic, in my opinion. And I'm not quite as excited about that one.
No, I'm not really. I mean, because as you say, you can just emulate it with that, isn't it? Without the Vectrix, it's without the vectors, the CRT, just not the same. But the other one I like the idea of, but again, I just know it would sit on the shelf. But have you seen they've done the Atari 2600 Plus Pac-Man Anniversary Collection console? Does that look gorgeous?
It does look absolutely gorgeous. The black and yellow just seem to go really well, don't they? But I'm not going to get it. It's not going to happen because it would just be a shelf filler. Because there's more than one ways to play Atari these days, you know what I mean? So,
well, that's it. I mean, I've got that 50th anniversary edition that I hacked, and to be honest, that runs it all beautiful. That's all I need. Mm-hmm. But I was very tempted. Did you see they had all the different colours of the ghosts, the joysticks? Yeah,
the colours are amazing. It does work well. But the price, if you had to buy every bloody joystick,
and I would.
I'll call your name.
You couldn't have half. You couldn't just have one of the ghosts, could you? You gotta have.
No, not at all. I mean, what's the retail price for the Atari itself for this again? Did you say?
It's £130.
Yeah.
Yeah, so $129.95.
As nice as it is, and Atari will always have a place in my heart because, like many of us, apart from the grandstand-like systems, that was our real first foray into home video gaming was Atari, way before the home micros as well, so to play Combat, to play, Yar's Revenge, or even the much, criticised Pac-Man, when you played Pac-Man at home back then, that's all you had, and you were bloody happy with it.
Yeah, it's just good enough, really, isn't it? I mean, it gets more jip than it deserves, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It was good enough as it is. But mind you, it might give you some design choices and colour choices for your planned project. Actually, I think
that's already planned. The blacks and yellows are already planned.
Black, yellow, and maybe the different colour joysticks to do the ghosts.
That's what's easy to change the knobs on that and buy them to all the colours, so that's easy. Yeah, the only thing I was looking for on that is not going mini joysticks, but slightly reduced in size ones and slightly reduced in size buttons. But the trouble is, when you start looking at these, they're more bespoke, they're mass produced. These cost you a lot more money than just buying the standard affairs. So
yeah,
I'll think about it. To be honest, I'm looking at my arcade card there, just as we speak, and the joystick and buttons aren't really that far apart between player 1 and player 2, and it gives me a sort of idea of how close
you can
put these. Yeah, so
try it on the cardboard, and then and then go for the 40-inch screen.
I think so. I can. Hell, I'll just build it into the dining table. How does that sound? It's like in every household. How many times does the family actually sit at the dining table, have a meal? No, you sit and watch the chase while eating your. Do you know our dining room table was just? It's a real pet hate of mine, but the missus keeps on just putting junk on it. Like things, and every time I say leave the table clear, she'll say, "But I'm in the middle of something," and it's like, "Yeah, but you're never not in the middle of something." Yeah. It's so easy to dump things. The trouble is now, with my son going off to university, that's exactly what the dining table's used for. Is all his bottom drawer stuff for going away. It's all been boxed and it's stacked up there just now. It's like, I'm just going to put a fucking gaming.
I tried to think teenage bottom drawer stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, don't go there.
Don't go there. Yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool. But shall we go on to the main show itself?
Yeah, before we even forget, because we're getting old.
We're getting old. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is another one in our Arcade Hidden Gems series. I think we're up
Volume 6.
I was in Volume 6. I lost count. But
because we did a special, sorry to interject there, we did a special one on Antstream.
Yes.
The games on that for Volume 5. So it's been a while since we've done this, and we always enjoy it.
Yeah. So this is good to our listeners that perhaps don't know or are senile like us and forgotten what the show is. Essentially, what we do is one of us, and we take it in turns for each show, chooses obscure arcade games, ones that perhaps a bit outside the norm, or ones we want to shine a light on. It might not necessarily be out and out obscure. And the idea is that we just play them. We choose one game per genre, so there's a nice mix. And it's a great way because, one, it introduces us to new games, but also our listeners as well, isn't it? You'll get to enjoy and experience games, perhaps, when you're on your fully loaded retro systems that you perhaps skip over, and it gives you encouragement to try it.
Absolutely. I've always enjoyed doing this ones because you're very good at finding games that are not under my radar. Some I've heard of, some I not have. And equally, sometimes even the ones that I've heard of, I've not played in ages, and reasons will transpire, even one of the games on this, because, if there's a sequel or something, people remember the first game, maybe not the second or third, fourth, whatever, So
exactly.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Cool. Right. Okay. So as we go on to the first game, then.
chosen then?
Yeah, so we're going with racing. Well, what I originally chose for racing was Lucky and Wild, but Kingy decided it was a bit too much effort to plug in a USB stick.
No. Yeah, you're a bugger. It's not that. The way my racing rig's set up, there's no any area to plunk down a mouse. I've got a roller wheel mouse set up. It's just sitting on top of the thing, but you can't use that for aiming a gun, for Christ's sake, Paul. You know. So I was like, no, I just can't be arsed.
You can't be asked to do it. Yeah, no, just very, very quickly though. Lucky and Wild was like a really interesting game where it was driving and with a light gun as well, and it was sort of like cops and things. But it would have been. It is difficult to recreate it in the home, isn't it? So instead, I decided let's don on our wetsuits, and I chose Aquajet. And Aquajet is basically Ridge Racer, but on a jet ski. That's essentially it. Came out in 1996, and it's awesome. And one of the reasons I sort of like chose it was because, well, it's recently just come up on Arcade Archives 2. So I thought, well, that's kismet, that is, because it was all because I had, hadn't I, Kingy? I'd already given like a list of like other possible games for people that were struggling to plug in a USB stick. But and it was one of the games. So when it came up on Arcade Archives 2, and I did buy this, even though they are a little pricey, aren't they? Like it's 15 quid, the Arcade Archives 2, but it is great playing it. I mean, do you want to describe it to our listeners?
Yeah. So I think you said that right in terms of it just feels like Ridge Racer on water, because obviously aesthetically it's all created about the same time. It's the same system board, actually.
Same system board. Namco System 22. So same one that did Ridge Racer, Time Crisis, that era. Yeah.
So you get a choice of the game. Obviously, well, the physical arcade game, and I remember I never actually played it, but I saw it at, I think it was the Odeon. I don't think it was Cineworld. And as usual, you're coming out the cinema, and there's always little rugrats on the thing, isn't there? You never get a chance to go on these. So there was a motorbike one next to, I don't know the name of the motorbike, one of the more modern-ish ones, you know, feel a bit generic. And this was beside it, and it looked really good, and you had to lean and tilt and equally lift and lower the Aquajet handlebars for lift and dive if you want. So that's how the physical machine looks. It's first person view only. You can't change the view to third person at all. So you're just seeing the nose of the Aquajet. And it's as simple as you get to choose either, when you first start, the 550cc or the 1100cc race. Obviously one's faster. Different tracks, so it gives you a bit of variety in that. And it's just really exciting. It's just got that good sensation of speed. Lots of things going on. So you get the basic race with the inflatable barriers just to keep you guided in the water. Then there's jumps to go over. There's brilliant waves and ripples in the water, you know, so you do get that sensation of lift. And one of my favourite bits is when you dive from a high height, how the Aquajet splashes under the water for maybe about 3 or 4 seconds, and you see all the fish and that before
it's awesome, isn't it?
Goes above the surface again. Just nice
and it's
touches.
A bit of a skill, because you've got to keep a sense of the direction you're going, because if you really go with the score, you really want to make sure when you come out of the water you're still going in the right direction. Absolutely.
And then there's a midsection in the game as well. Whilst you're racing, you still have to try to get to first place. There is the long jump competition over ramps, how much airtime you get over them. So there's shorter ramps, big ramps, you have to steer yourself towards them. So when you do complete the race and get to the end, which isn't really that difficult, to be honest. It's not a difficult game, because all it is, I think in this one, it's giving you an experience. So you're getting to pay your, you know, it takes 4 credits by default on MAME, so it's probably £2 to play back in the day or something.
Expensive game,
you know? So you're paying for pretty much the whole race. and then that's it over. You don't get to continue or anything like that. But when you do complete the race, as I was saying, you get to see your time, but you also get to see the different score table with who got the longest long jumps on the day, if you want. So it's really good. Luckily, then, if you do come in first, the game gives you little, not cheats if you want to call them that, but it gives you button combinations and that to press to open up penguin mode and mirrored track mode, right? So mirrored track mode explains, it's self-explanatory. You're doing it in reverse, just like Ridge Racer and that. So that's really good. It opens up penguin mode. You're penguin racing against penguins, which is cool. It's a nice little touch. It's just like, putting big head mode on a different graphical aesthetic. But it just gives a bit of fun to the game, and you like being the cool kid that knows the secret combinations of the buttons to enable that. It's quite hard to try and do it with a joypad, I must admit. I was faffing about for ages to activate it and couldn't get it working quite as good, I will say. But a really enjoyable blue sky racer with just the classic visuals of the early period of 3D racing that gives me the big nostalgic buzzies and makes me smile from ear to ear playing this. You can't really fault it. It is what it is. There's not enough tracks, perhaps you can argue.
It's only got the two, isn't it? Really,
it's very
casual. Got the mirror, but
yeah. But in saying that, I wouldn't have liked to have paid the Arcade Archives prices for it, for all the game is. It works fine in MAME for me, and I was very happy. What about yourself?
Yeah, well, I'm the same way. So it works well on MAME because I decided I would just buy it on Arcade Archives because you're right, it is a bit pricey, but I don't know. I don't mind paying even like those sort of prices, like 15 quid for really well done. Yeah.
How much do you spend on a cup of coffee, mate? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, and you get the leaderboards, which is cool. So there's lots of high score modes.
Well, that's the fun part. I'm with you there, especially with your mates, and therefore you're friends with each other on the thing. You can compete with your scores with each other. It's good.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed playing through with this, and you're right. I mean, the only thing is a bit of a pain that there is only the two tracks, and you're I don't know, 20 minutes, and you've probably seen everything there is to see on the game. But I don't mind coming back to it again and again. And
well, there are fun tracks. There's no denying that. And the experience, I think I would love it in an arcade club and have the tactile experience of it. That would be really good.
I would love,
You would never get on it. It'd be one of these machines that it just gets hugged with fucking millennials and annoying little shits.
I would love, this is sort of like, this one of the things that's nice with Arcade Archives and stuff, but it would be nice, Retro Realm or places like that, if they did this era, because it's like the era of arcade machines that tend to get forgotten about, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, so.
I think because things like the PlayStation and Saturn were taking foothold at homes, people were less.
Yeah, they were less popular, weren't they, at this point? Yeah, in 96.
And this is a knee-jerk reaction to the change in the demographic of people playing the games, that they're needing to give something to stand on to play it, a physical thing, a novelty.
Yeah,
just to make it a bit different.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, how do you compete against? This has not obviously nicer graphics than what the PlayStation and Saturn could do, but not by much. It wasn't. But yeah, no, I really, really enjoyed it, and it was nice seeing. This was one that I got very quickly kicked off by my granddaughter, and she just had this big smile when playing it. I mean, obviously going at her own pace, not really racing, but when she went in the water and saw the fish, she loved that.
And this is cool.
Yeah, and it is quite, there is nuance. So like you have to push down at the right times to go faster if you push down on the straights, but when you hit ramps or hit waves, you want to pull up to also not slow yourself down. And it's very much, to get those faster times, you need to be like hugging the corners and everything. So yeah, I really really, it was great going back to it, and just really, really nice. And I need to. I didn't manage to unlock the penguins. I need to try that, but because it's a whole thing, isn't it? Up, start,
that's the trouble.
Release, down, start, and release
with an analog stick. Unlike, because you do that in the arcade where you keep your finger on the throttle and up and down with the whole collar, if you will, whatever you call the handlebar bit on the. I'll bet it's got a right posh name.
Yeah.
People and all these Aquajet owners that listen to the podcast, they'll be shouting down shouting down their speakers just now exactly what his name is. It's a doohickey, So I've got an idea, by the way. You know what I say? I like my projects.
I
am going to use the wee balance board and the Dyson Hoover to make
to make a sex toy, but that's aside.
To make Cherry 2000, So watch your space, right?
No, as I say, that would be really cool. I would, if to have the space. There's so many things I'd love to make at home. Can you imagine, like, there was in Retro Game Squad, which by the way, actually, Retro Game Squad. It's so sad they've hung their retro hats up. Although I'm hoping it'd be like last time where they come back again, but
sometimes a break does people good. So,
but really missed. It was nice they gave a shout out to me and a few others. So really good. But the reason I was thinking of it just then was because Jeff was going to make the projector, the 360 projector using Technoparrot, because he really wanted a Star Wars battle pod in the home.
Ooh.
So I don't know how. I mean, I presume
there's an idea.
Yeah, so there's an idea.
Don't tell me these things, Paul. You get my mind all bloody going, right?
You'll be able to combine the two.
But without the hack, it's already curved.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's fine. So just warp a screen. That's easy. Data projector in the toilet. Just turn even if you've got a small WC as well, if you're fortunate enough to have a smaller one around the main master bathroom, just go for a shit and make that your battle pod. That'll be fantastic.
Yeah, get one of those dome tents. It'd be fine.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Anyway, so was this new to you then, Aquajet?
No, I know this.
Oh, okay, so you played it on MAME and that.
I've played it on MAME, yeah, and familiar with it. Just not played it physically in the arcades, but seen it. So, I've always known of this. And to be honest, it's gotten better as MAME has developed through the years. It had more glitches and bugs and that, but the most latest version of MAME is running hunky-dory, so...
Oh, that's good. And controls as well, because that's always the killer for me.
There's a slight visual glitch where the Aquajet is a bit jerky on its nose cone movement. It moves fine. It's not your movement is wrong. It's just a visual representation of the nose. Kind of does a slight jerk. Just don't look at the nose where you're racing. Just look ahead. But it's 99% there.
No, that's cool. But it runs absolutely perfect for those that want to pick it up on arcade archives. Then and it is quite good. On one of them, I forget what I was on, but I think I was like, it's not that great in the big scheme of things, but it was 29 in the world on one of the settings on the easy track. So it's kind of nice getting that leaderboard stuff. Fantastic. So shall we go? So that was it. That was a hit from your standpoint then.
Absolute hit, yeah.
Cool. Right. Let's see if I've hit 2 for 2. And this is a really obscure one. As you heard there, it is Ben Barrow Bear.
I beg your pardon. Listen, see when we've been on the Brewdog and Arcade Club, folks, that's exactly what Drisky speaks like.
Yeah. I'm a Ben Barrow Bear.
And that means, do you fancy a game on Outrun 2?
And this is a 1984 game by Taito. And this is an interesting one, isn't it? It's a sort of like you are a little pint-sized superhero in a cape. He reminds me of Captain Chaos from Cannibal Run.
Yes, exactly.
For it is him! For it is he!
Well, mixed with yourself. I was kind of thinking it was you as well in the game.
Yes, I did see a lot of myself in it. But yeah, I mean, as you do it so well, do you want to describe this one to our listeners?
Oh, you're picking on me tonight, all right?
I'm picking on you tonight.
Yeah. Okay. So, Ben Bada Bang, Ben Bada Bang, Bada Bang, Bada Bang, Bada Bang is a single screen platform arcade game where you step in the boots of this quirky firefighter. There's a few firefighting games over the years, isn't there? There's obviously, what's that bloody name? The 3D isometric one with the two joysticks. Boof, 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 we have to climb up. Fire Trap.
Oh, Fire Trap, yeah.
Fire Trap. And who remembers, because that's not spoken about much, Roscoe McQueen on the PS1.
Oh, that's a good one, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. McQueen. Great game.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of, I suppose, in a way, a reverse Donkey Kong, where you start at the top of a burning building and you have to rescue your girlfriend. So you're called Dami-chan. And your girlfriend's called Nao-chan. So everything's not very pronounceable in this game. And easier said than done to get through the floors. So firstly, the game can be... the level's the same, but what happens in the levels is within conditions, but there's random elements within those conditions. So the fire outbreak could be on the exact first floor you start on to start off with, or it could be a floor down. So it's like, wow, it all changes. So there's no predictability, unless there's some secret that no one's told me where you do know what you're going to get on each turn. Probably not, though.
No.
So you have to make yourself left to right, down the stairs, and then right to left, and so forth until you get to your girlfriend. So as I said, there's fires first of all. So you got your little fire. Well, it's a fire. He's not got a water pack on. This guy has been in the pub, drank 10 pints, and he's using something else to put out that fire. Right? And there's nothing more stinking than burnt piss ball. Trust me, speaking from experience here, right? So you can aim high, over the hedge, or aim low, depending on the size of the flames, and you put them out. And once they're extinguished, you can proceed. But there is debris that falls you have to avoid. There's holes in the floor that you have to jump over. And when you get to the stairs, that is the biggest challenge on the game. That is probably the only irksome, not quite thought out clunky mechanic where you have to push down, and it's kind of a pseudo 3D staircase, isn't it? So you have to just basically push down and let him complete his descent of the stairs. The minute he's not completed them and you press left, he goes back up the bloody stairs again. It's like, for goodness sake. So that bit of noise. So then on the next floor, there might not be a flame unless the little small fires wander, and they can fall down through the holes and make other fires are up down below. So you've got to be quick putting them out. Then there's doors as well. And there's nice touches in this game. So there's creatures that come out of the doors, including characters seen from previous Taito games. So the little spy man on elevator action, he comes out one of the doors and goes in there. So you have to there's timing and avoiding. And there's what's the man-eating plant thing that comes out? Is that based on anything in the game?
Possibly, yeah.
They come flying along. You just see them just starting the door to open, and these things come flying along, so you have to avoid them.
Track and Pop, isn't it? Is the other one?
Yes, it's Track and Pop. Yeah, that's right.
I knew it was in my head somewhere. Yeah.
Then, just when you think you've made it to, yes, I've made it to the ground floor. This is just level 1, by the way, folks.
Yeah.
You're just about to get there, and all of a sudden, one of the doors creaks open. It doesn't always happen. It's a random element, as I said. The little door creaks open, and a tongue comes out. Right? And the big head comes out, swallows you, grabs you into the doorway, has its way with you, whatever it does, and randomly, your chucked out a door further up again. And it's like, oh, for goodness sake, I've just fought all the way to get down. But at least then you've cleared the way. Apart from the things running at the doors, the fires are extinguished. No, but as a game, you get to the girlfriend, bonus points, blah, 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 next level. And it's great how that's not it. For a game of this period, 84, there's so much going on. There's swinging fluorescent lamps that have come loose at one bit. So like a pendulum swing back and forth. So you have to time it to duck under them and get under. There is toxic gas escaping from the valves, isn't there? And they explode. So you have to watch the timing of them and boom, get past. Oh,
flame balls, broken windows.
Yes,
there's candles, like burning gas pipes, isn't it? Yeah,
there's so much going on in this. It's incredible fun. Only slightly marred with that clunky control system I was on about.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Just a little bit fiddly that may be off-putting for people but please persevere with this game. Once you get the hang of it, it is highly playable, really enjoyable, and it's just a delight seeing the layout and design of the next level.
Yeah, I mean, I really love that. I mean, it's done by the same designer who did Elevator Action, Kaneko Hisayoshi, and you know had quite a few of some big names like the programmer went on, Masahiro Yuji went on to do Raiden and things like that. So I mean, these are like big people, and I just find it's a really intriguing game, isn't it? I mean, I first came across this because I love experimenting, like with the PS2 and things, like getting do you remember when they did the Taito collections?
Yeah.
Well, on the Japanese one, because I knew it was different ones on each one, it was on the Japanese, the second pack. And, so I made a point of sort of like reaching out and trying all these games, on MAME, admittedly, to try and sort of play them. But
sure.
Yeah, I just think it's one that never gets talked about, and I think it's a beautiful platform game. Really, it's got so much ideas and charm and things like that, and yeah, just an awful lot of fun. I think it's really, really good. So was this totally new to you, or?
This was totally new to me, and I'd probably, of all the games, and all the games were fantastic.
Yeah,
I had the most fun with this. It was just something that I could see this if it was at Arcade Club being
absolutely smitten. Yeah,
smitten, and perhaps then on this particular year, the game of the weekend. It's so good. It's I think it's personally it was written for me.
Yeah, but it is. It's the graphics are so charmful, aren't they? And just all the little animation touches of him, and like the big grin that he gives at the end when he rescues his girlfriend, and her little grin. It's just it's so cute. And as you mentioned, the stairs and things, it's not without its frustrations, but the graphics and charm of the game just carries you through, doesn't it?
Yeah. Now, actually, I forgot to do something on the last game, and if you remember, I always did this with you on the previous Hidden Gems episodes.
Oh, yes.
The Arcade Museum always gives its rarity value. And this is just for fun. It's not indicative of...
Yeah.
necessarily even the value of the game, but there is 16,000 members on the website, okay? About 10,000 of them always participate in an annual census of games owned or wanted or for sale, right? Overall, the census has 107 to 1,394 machines, which is over about 7,000 odd unique titles, okay? So where would you class this in rarity value? So from 1 to 100, obviously.
So 100 being the most rare, or 1?
100 being the most popular and 1 being the most rare.
Okay, I reckon 12.
A big fat 0. They have no instances. They have no instances of anyone owning this game.
That's insane. I thought there might be a little bit, because obviously it was in, it made their Japanese collection.
So, but obviously it's just based on the census. I mean, we can't do anything beyond that, but it's just for a bit of fun and a square of chocolate. So sorry to interject, and if I went back to Aquajet...
Aquajet, go on then.
What would you go for that if your guess was...
I would say that is a lot more popular, so I would say that is 30.
I've got 2 ranks here, 2 seconds, I'm just trying to read it. Would you believe... Number 2, I guess a 2 in rarity.
Wow, so really, really rare then.
That's 1. Sorry, apologies. That's 2 for people who want it, and 1 on people who own it.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's probably why we don't see it in Arcade Club and things.
Exactly that. Yeah. So anyway, back to Ben.
Well, I don't know what else we can sort of say with it. It's just really nice. Play it. It's I always love like the fire extinguishing mechanics and things like that, isn't it? And yeah, I just find it's just a really charmful game. I love the little references you say to elevator action and stuff and little nods like that. I love it when they do that in old games. And it always makes you smile, just the look on his face. He really is Captain Chaos from Cannonball Run.
Yeah. Just needs the beard, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I might do a version with the beard as well.
A little hack. Yeah.
But good. Well, I'm glad this was new to you.
Excellent choice. I've got. This is what it's all about for me. Is a new game. This came under my radar.
Oh, no,
I didn't know about, and now it's in my favourites collection. So
I would love to have maybe I'll try and apply them with alcohol and woo them, but have like a dedicated arcade in the corner that I could, like in Retro Realm or Arcade Club, and just say, for a week, can you put on this game? And then I get to choose which game of the week.
I think the trouble with this game is like maybe this one is 8-way, actually, would be if you're doing the angles, but like when you're the only downside of playing on an arcade cab is if you don't have the 4-way limiter on. Some of these games can be very frustrating, can't they? But of course, if you're aiming at angles on this, then it won't be. It's just
but I mean, it's quite good. Like I know with my 8-bit wireless arcade controller, there's a button setting so you can switch it easily between 4-way and 8-way gate, which is kind of cool.
Oh, cool! I didn't know.
Yeah,
I know you can buy servo ones for your homemade arcade cabs, but it needs a separate power supply, and it's
But sometimes you do need it, don't you? Because
it does. It's the only
really
downside.
Affects,
that's why I always thought of modular control boards for my arcade machine. You slide it out, so if the game is a trackball, you just slide the trackball in. If it's got a spinner, slide that in, and then if it's 4-way, and just connect it with like a Molex connector or something when you connect it up, and at least then you have that. Just have a little rack with all the boards. Maybe I'll expand on that in the future.
Yeah.
I'm full of ideas and a lot of motivation. So.
Well, at least you've got the DIY skills. I've got full of ideas and no skill DIY skills or motivation. So. Yeah, okay, well, let's go on to the third one. And as you heard that little music there, it is Super Space Fortress Macross. This is the first in a trilogy of Macross games that came out in the arcade. It's published by Manpresto, but it's an NMK, which I love. Previously I've always drawn to NMK. I think they're one of the most underrated arcade developers out there. I think they've done so many classics. This came out in 1992. It's just a really good vertical shooter. Now I'm going to pass it to you, Kingy, again, because you described them so wonderfully well. I think, yeah.
Somebody's not done the research. Yeah, so as you said, NMK, I mean, P47 and Saint Dragon, the list is endless of their fantastic games. So this vertical shooter is based on some anime nonsense that I know nothing about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one isn't an original IP in terms of the game. Well, I suppose it's a shooter, but it's based on the universe of the anime film Macross. Do you remember love? Do you remember love, Drisky? Do you remember love?
I've been married 20 years.
Yeah, I remember that years ago, yeah. So players 1 and 2 could play the different characters. I'm not going to even Hikaru and Max, whoever they are. I'm ignorant. I watched a bit of it on YouTube there. It is up there if anyone. We'll put that in the show notes if anyone wants a link and watches it. So what's good about it anyway is you have a whole cinematic introduction to the game done in anime. It looks really good, done in obviously sprites, but done so well. And it just creates a bit, I suppose, a bit canon, a bit atmosphere to the game, a bit backstory on it. But what a fantastic... I've never played this before, so this is new to me again.
Yeah. And
depending on the modes that you pick up of the power-ups, transforms your Valkyrie mech, but you go into either a fighter jet or a mech bot or whatever else, it transforms into the different battle vehicles, which is really good. I thought it was a very nice touch in the game. And yeah, I mean, you know what to expect in these kind of, vertical shooters. But this, what year is this, Paul? No, this is
92.
1992.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose we're getting to the end of the sprite era in some ways. But how wonderful is each level on this? One, they're a good length.
Yeah.
And so much going on. So the first level was just kind of a whole urban industrial area with roads and oil tanks and refineries and, just whatever it's meant to represent. So much explosions going on, so much waves of bad guys. And as probably predictable and as per shooters, the end of the level always has a big boss to fight that gives a bit of a bullet hell mayhem. But what I like is the progression. Then it goes into space and there's brilliant asteroids that all break up and it go into smaller pieces, and then you try to fight them and the aliens that come in. Aliens! So even the Starfield background, it's not black. It's not just a few dots like you'd have in Mooncrester. You see constellations, you see, galaxies, everything. It just really looks marvellous to the eye. And then in between each levels, you get the cutscenes and so forth, just giving a bit more explanation to the story. It just goes on. The locations, the variety of locations, the game does not feel repetitive at all the way through it. It's marvellous.
And I love this kind of shooter where, because me, I do love my bullet hells, but sometimes it's nice to have something that isn't a bullet hell where it's more of a traditional vertical shooter like this. And I think the bullet patterns are great. And it is one that people tend not to talk about, which is why I was very keen to sort of sing its praises. The sequels are very good as well. Certainly the second one. The third one goes more 3D. It was sort of like that, sort of like still a vertical shooter, but more, using 3D, not sprite work, which is a bit uglier. Hasn't aged as well, but yeah, just gorgeous sprite work. And as you say, beautiful variety, great power up systems. Looks amazing, doesn't it? With all the weaponry going, and good end of level bosses. So yeah, I mean, it's one that I adore playing my way through. This one,
it's deeply satisfying. Really, really good.
Yeah, good thumping soundtrack as well. And yeah, I mean, I'm like you. I'm not really. One of these days I am going to sort of like watch all the anime Macross and things like that, because there's loads, isn't there? There's loads of spin-offs and things.
Yeah, I don't think there's much overdub versions if people care for that more. I think it's more just subtitles.
Well, I prefer it usually as subtitles, if I'm honest. I like the voice work, Japanese voice work.
I mean, where did even when we watched the more commercial things like Battle of the Planets and that, did they just hire out-of-work porn actors to do the voiceovers? They were so wooden, weren't they? It was just awful. Yeah.
But it's always a certain charm to it, isn't it? I don't know why. It's sort of like, it would sound weird if it was well acted.
I know that, but they all seem to lack empathy. And that's probably the biggest trouble. It's like, I'm sorry I had to kill you. You're my bastard child. It's just the pauses, everything. It's like, really?
Yeah, no, I really, really love this one, and that's why I wanted to sort of shout it out, because everybody always goes to the 1942 series or something like that, and there is such a wealth of other great shooters out there, or everybody always goes to your sort of like cave shooters and Truxton and those sort of things, Topeland shooters, but there are others out there that are equally deserving. It's just a shame that I don't think this is like you can't get it on Arcade Archives or anything, so it's just sitting on MAME, probably because of the license, but it does play perfect on MAME, doesn't it? So there's no really hardship there. So, really enjoyed this playing on, because of course I got my, where I can turn my screen like I showed, going into vertical screen. Yep. So I was in my element with this one, so it was lovely.
Yeah, I was jumping between machines, obviously playing on my arcade cab, some of this stuff, and then off to my vertical cab for this. And it's just, it changes it. That feeling when you sit in a candy cab, the same thing. Yeah. Big, massive vertical screens, wonderful design, totally for shoot 'em ups.
Awesome.
Right.
So was this new for you? Well, what was this new to you?
Yeah, it's totally new to me.
So another new to you. Oh, that's cool. So
completely ignorant of this one.
2 for 3 then. That's not bad.
You've done well.
Yeah. Rarity. Well, it is a license, but it is probably still quite rare. I'd probably go for 15 out of 100.
It is, my friend. What are you saying, sorry?
15, 1-5.
8.
8, wow.
Yeah. You're doing well. You're in the low figures.
Yeah, time. Yeah, well, I think I've learned from the other times of when we choose obscure, isn't there?
Yeah. What you are wanting is a minus number. The game never existed. It's just a figment of your imagination.
Well, of them all, this one isn't really that obscure, but it is very much in terms of it doesn't get thought of as much as the others in the series, because it never, it did kind of get a home port on the PlayStation, but it is Pang 3. This is just a really, really sort of fun. It came out in 1995, so it was quite late in the day. And it was the third, wasn't it? Because you had Pang, which everybody knew and loved and had home ports everywhere. Then you had Super Pang, which was had a really good SNES home port. So quite beloved. To a lot of our American listeners, it's probably Super Pang's more beloved to them, because that's the one that they...
Or Buster Brothers, whatever it is. No.
Yeah, Buster Brothers.
Yeah.
Because of course in America it's Buster Brothers. And then you have Pang 3, which of course in America was Buster Buddies is what it was called. But we called it Pang. In Japan and here in Europe it was Pang 3. And it's more of the same really here. You get a range of characters this time that you can choose. You can sort of like choose like a sort of Mexican, depending on
mariachi,
yeah. And there's like a Pink Panther type character and stuff. But it is essentially, it's the same idea, isn't it? You're running around, but instead of going around the globe, you're going with famous paintings. And but the idea is the same. You just sort of run around, pop the killer bubbles, pick up the power-ups, and pop all the bubbles without them hitting you, and then you progress on to the next painting, isn't it? That's essentially it.
Yeah.
There is some different modes in this. There's like an endless as well as tour and things like that. But yeah, no, I mean, I love it. It's more Pang, and whilst it's not as obscure as others, I do think it's worth it because it doesn't get talked about as much, this one. Yeah. So what about you? What do you think of this one?
Yeah, well, I had this on the Pang collection on the PS1 back in the day, and still own it. And to be honest, because I played Super Pang so much on my SNES, and I think for me, even back with Pang 1, although it was in my arcades, I probably played the Spectrum version more than the Amiga, simply because that's what I had at the time.
Yeah.
As well. So it's a game that's always been in my life, and I'm with you. It's a brilliant game. Great fun in 2-player mode. Absolutely, as well. And this on the collection ended up being my favourite because I do like the upscaled visuals, if you want. The backdrops all be it artistically surreal, rather than locations. It looks good. The graphics for all the characters are very different, but it looks smart, and the little victory animations like the Mariachi with his maracas and that. It's just nice little touches. Yeah.
And they fire different types, don't they, of weapons? So there is a reason to choose them. The difference. It's not just
because the Mexican Don Tacos is his name. He does double harpoon all the time. As then Captain Hog, he is anchored like shots, so they stick into the ceiling, and that, so they stay there, remain. So then, if the bubble hits it, then it splits. Sheila the Thief, very hard person to have. Diagonal shots at 45 degrees. Don't like that character.
No.
Hopeless at it. And Pink Leopard thing, single harpoon, but is immune to any paralysis when you get stunned. So I
always play the Mexican.
Yeah. But it was a firm favourite of mine. Played it for years on the PlayStation.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I love that collection. I love the collection on the PlayStation, and of course, does that appear on the PS1 as well? Because I know there's, I don't know, but because you do have like the Pang games on the PS1 as PSP.
Right.
Yeah. But which, by the way, actually, just another segue. When you were when we did the Ridge Racer episode, because you mentioned about the PSP emulator, but the gold version, because I didn't know there was a gold version that upscales it all. And oh my word, I've been in my element playing through all the PSP games. So I've just got to find someone to do a show with me to go through some of the classics, because I know you don't really have the same love of the PSP.
No, I do have one, but it was second hand, and I only ever sideload the odd game into it. It's not something mobile gaming, as much as I own quite a lot of them. Give me a DS episode to do, give me a Game Boy Advance episode or whatever. I'm up there, but not the PSP, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. So this one's obviously you'd played before, but one that you love. So that's good.
Absolutely. And I think you're right in a way. People go, Pang's not a hidden gem, but I think you're right in saying that the trouble is, and I alluded to that earlier on, it's so easy to forget the sequels, and everybody just mentions Pang in general, and everybody covers Pang 1. When was the last time someone covered Pang 3? So in that respect, it's a hidden gem of people not speaking about it enough. And
to shine a light on it, which is what this is. Plus, I was really struggling to think of a. I mean, you have to squint a bit to say that this is it's a puzzle game, really. But
well, I'll let you off for that one.
Yeah. But hopefully this next one will be a hidden gem, and this is in the genre of maze, and I've chosen Tinkle Pit.
Wait. You forgot to ask me rarity value.
Oh,
you
the rarity value.
Shame.
Yeah.
Your shame.
Well, Pang 3, it can't be that rare, but rarer than I would think. So I reckon, because I've been over-egging it too much, even going global, I reckon it's still 15. Again, I'm going to go
bang on.
Again.
Well done, the man. 15 it is. So there you go.
Oh, wow. I've done well. I got did well there. Right. So shall we go on to the next game?
Yes.
Right. Okay. And this one is probably a hidden gem to a lot of people. Maybe. I don't know. I know 10 Pence Arcade did cover it one time, many moons ago. And it is Tinkle Pit. I love the name. And it came out in 1993 and it's done by Namco. And it's for the maze genre. And this is gorgeous, bright graphics. You play a little boy or a little character, isn't it? Who wanders around collecting apples. But the big thing about it, where it's different from your Pac-Man and like, is that you have like this sort of yo-yo backpack, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And if you put down the yo-yo, you can wander around making a piece of, letting the string follow you. And then when you release it, the ball will move and it will take out any enemies that follows the pathway of the string that you've made on the maze. So it's an interesting mechanic. And also there's like a ball, like a glowy ball that you can pick up that you can fire forward. So there's a way, to protect yourself a little bit. But I just think it's a really interesting mechanic, and it's one that I really enjoy sort of like playing. It's not the longest game in the world, but it's just really charmful, isn't it? And it's just really good. I mean, what did you think of this one?
Well, this is new to me. So
another new one. Yeah,
as I'm obviously never caught that 10 Pence episode.
Yeah.
So, I was taken away with this, to be honest. I mean, well, Tinkle Pit name, I mean, that sounds like just after you've peed in the toilet and the missus is giving you a row for missing a bit, and there's a secondary dribbles landed in the tiles on the floor, and there's a little Tinkle Pit there. Clean that up.
The difficulty we have being big boys, isn't it, Kingy? That's
I heard you sit down to pee, mate. There's less problems.
No, dragging the water. That's he says dreaming. Right, okay,
yeah. I completely adore this. This changes. I mean, Pac-Man and things like in other maze games is very iconic, of course, and you can't take the fame and the how well revered these games are. But I can get quite bored in them because it's all about learning the routines of the ghosts if you really want to achieve a high score. This one here, a bit like why I love Pac-Mania over Pac-Man, is you are given a mechanic that makes the maze game, I suppose you want to say, a little easier than it is. So dropping the, as you said, yo-yo, I think they call it a Tinkerball in the game's instructions. I love how you just press that fire button and run round the whole labyrinth, and in until the minute you let go, it follows the path, as you said, you've walked on. And if the enemies are hot on your heels, it does destroy them. And of course, you'll get better scores for chain reactions and killing them all. I love how if you've missed one of them, they scuttle away and try to escape from you, and they leave the level, and the level completes. But what that does give you, I've noticed, is if you kill everyone, the level ends rapidly. If you don't, and they're escaping, you're given a bit more time to go and collect the fruits that you haven't collected. So I suppose there's a balance of what is worth more points. But graphically, it is superb. So cutesy.
Yeah,
But
and it is done by the same graphic artists that did, worked on things like Dig Dug and things like that. So, and it's nice. You get all the cameos, like you get the little Pookas from Dig Dug, and there is, I think, there's Pac-Man ghosts, isn't there? And
that's brilliant. But you pick up a Pac-Man fruit, if you want to call it that, and it just turns into like you've eaten a power pellet on Pac-Man. You get the sound effects, and you become Pac-Man, and all the characters become the ghosts, and you just feel compelled to chase them and chomp them.
Yeah,
really, really good. There's so much nice touches to the game. Graphically superb. Is it 8 worlds in the game?
Yeah,
I remember right. Yeah,
8 worlds. But
you feel you fly through them quickly because there's not that many levels per world, but they go through all the things from Candy World to a Lego block world, an underwater one, cakes and candy, I think, if I remember right. And each one just thematically looks really cool with I suppose a slight pseudo 3D look to the mazes, as well, just rather than top down or from a slight top down angle, so you see them from a different perspective. I think it's a great choice, mate, and another game now that is in the favourites pile. I'll play this a lot more often.
It is. It's just nice variety, and and it is one that just for whatever reason never ever saw a Western release. I don't think I've even seen it. I don't think it's on Arcade Archives or anything like that. Which is, or is it? Maybe I'm going to have a quick look. Hang on, because they do own and they do. Oh yeah, no, you can buy it on Arcade Archives as well.
Oh really? Cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
What's that retailing at the same price?
£6.29.
Oh, that's pretty decent. Well, I'll tell anyone to recommend buying that then.
Yeah. So only the 3D ones go for £15. So it's
because 3D costs more.
Yeah. Definitely one I'd recommend. But I must admit, Arcade Archives do have a wonderful lineup of really obscure.
They do they?
They do. But yeah, no, they're sort of the prices where I've only got a handful of Arcade Archives because.
But at least they're picking.
They're choosing
some
good
more
gems,
obscure games. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, no, I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun, and it's one that actually, Mira was drawn to, and she couldn't play it. She got frustrated with it quickly, but I can imagine kids really being drawn to this as well. But don't be put off thinking it's a kid's game, because it's still rock hard in a lot of ways. Well, not rock hard. It's quite easy to go through, but it's there's still a challenge to it, isn't it? It's more of a challenge than you think.
Yeah, think how chaotic it would look in 2-player mode with 2 years dropping your Tinkerball in the line all over the place. Never got a chance or opportunity to try it on that, but it'll be good fun. You know what would be good to do that on? I bet you could play that on Fightcade.
Oh yeah,
play it on 2 players
really,
on that, because that
cool.
supports MAME. That'd be really good.
No, really, really good. Well, I'm glad that that was another hidden gem for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, before you move on though.
Oh, this has got to be super rare, isn't it? Only came out in Japan. I can't imagine it would have done that well, but it is an MCO. I would probably put number 3 on this one.
It's free. You're looking at the page now.
I'm not looking. Honestly, I'm not looking at the page. I'm genuinely not looking at the page. I'm just getting better at guessing.
Brilliant. Well done, mate.
Oh, fantastic. I can't believe it really is 3. You're not just it's not like in Ghostbusters.
Genuinely.
It's not like Ghostbusters where you're trying to pull me and say, yeah, it is a square.
Yeah, number 3.
Number 3. Awesome. Well, that's amazing. I got that. Right, okay, so we're on that final game already. That's gone quick, isn't it? Yeah. But these are short but sweet episodes, and it's nice to do, particularly when it's sunshine and we don't want to be stuck inside. And particularly at the moment, because I have to turn off all the fans and shut the window. I'm sweating buckets here, and I've finished me water as well. So this is for the beat 'em up genre, and I've chosen Mystic Warriors: Wrath of the Ninja by Konami and released in 1993, and this is essentially Sunset Riders 2
with ninjas,
but with ninjas basically. Yeah, I mean it started off life as a it was going to be like Sunset Riders 2, and then they decided to go down the ninja theme. But you can immediately see the similarities. I'm going to pass it to Kingy to describe this one as well.
I think you want to do like Beyonce's song. If you liked it, you should have put a ninja on it. That would be a great theme tune for the game. So Mystic Warriors, Wrath of the Ninjas. Brilliant run and gun, hack and slash kind of scrolling fighter, brawler kind of thing. And Konami, I thought you said Capcom, it's Konami, isn't it?
It's Konami, I said Konami, yeah.
Oh yeah, thought you.
If I said Capcom, sorry.
No, I don't know what you said. I don't listen to you half the times. Nah, I'm only joking, mate. Of course I do. So it's set in a dystopian version of New York, and the game revolves around an evil organisation, Skull Enterprise. There's a Skull Enterprise, which kidnaps one of the team of 5 ninjas. So the 4 remaining warriors basically set, if you want to play 4-player, set out and over 9 intense and brilliant side-scrolling stages to rescue their comrade who's been captured from that sinister mastermind fella that is going to get his arse kicked because you can put more coins on. You're screwed, mate. I've got a £5 in my pocket. You're a dead man. So you could choose each, like any of these games, even if you play 1 player, you can choose from the heroes. And we can choose from 5, can't you? And then one you don't choose is the kidnap one if you want. So each with their own visual flair and kind of different abilities. Very unique mechanics in the game. I mean, I love it starts off, I suppose, the first level feels Shinobi meets Strider to a degree, but I think it comes onto its own in further levels. But you have infinite shuriken throwing in this game, 8 directions you can do, which comes into play on boss fights later on. You can do melee attacks at close range where you just swipe your sword and a brilliant swing arc. And the characters as well can jump between background and foreground layers as well, so, or high and low like Shinobi. So it's really good. You have weapon upgrades, usual food items to restore your health, and orbs that give protection, that kind of thing. But where the game really comes into play is just the visual. I mean, if you know Sunset Riders, then you just know what you're going to expect on this. It's just a scrolling game on steroids. To be honest,
think it's better than Sunset Riders. I know that might upset some people, but there's more variety, and I guess I'm more drawn to something like this rather than cowboy themes. You know, but it's just, I mean, 1 minute you're skiing down a mountainside, and then you're on boats, and I don't know. It's just it's kind of ninja James Bond. It's cool.
I was about to say it's a ninja James Bond game, and they've taken a lot of influence from Hollywood in this game, but given it an Eastern flair. One of my favourite bits is not long after you beat that, the JCB with the circular saw. And I love when you defeat it, it rolls against the vehicle and cuts it in half, and both parts just fall to the side. There's a drive-in movie theatre where they're playing a Western. And the screen's all flickery as well, like the frame rate isn't right. And that's big graphics, mate, with zero slowdown. It's just superb. And then onto the snow levels you said, where the multi-direction happens. You have to, the enemies are coming in snowboards and skis from all directions, so you just have to shoot them all over the place. And then similar with the boss fight of that bit, he's chasing you down the hill in his flying vehicle. And I noticed, I did actually play this in 2 players, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Snarkade Darren, I got him set up on Fightcade.
Oh, is that still going, Fightcade? I thought someone said
yeah, that's because Mame's totally fine. Oh, Fightcade's it's Fightcade 2 now. It's absolutely perfect. So we played this on it. And what I noticed is, see the boss fights double the strength if you're in 2-player mode. So it makes it not as easy as some boss fights are.
Cool.
So, yeah,
they are good bosses as well, isn't it? It's I mean, I just think it's interesting because like Sunset Riders is so highly regarded, probably because it's such an expensive game on the SNES and a very good port of the SNES. So, but no one ever talks about this one, which is, I think, such a shame. Although I am pleased to see this is another one, and I didn't realise until just looking now. Arcade Archives has for sale as well for £6.29.
There you go.
So they do choose good games. It's really, really good ones. You know, people want to buy it legitimately, but it does run perfectly on MAME as well, doesn't it? It's really good.
Runs a treat.
Yeah, or Fightcade, as you were saying. So
and I really enjoyed that in Fightcade because, unfortunately, Fightcade, I don't think it. Well, maybe it does. I've never really tried. I don't know its functionality in giving 4-player simultaneous shots because obviously it was designed around
fighting
by name fighters to start off with, but it supports PC Engine, SNES, Mega Drive, and MAME.
Do you know, I've never tried Fightcade properly.
There's a lovely little thing that makes life easier for a run. Try to get, especially MAME, getting the right ROM set. Okay?
Yeah.
There's a little patch that you put in, and it auto downloads the game on demand, so you don't need to fill it up with your ROMs.
That's so cool!
And it gets everybody the right version, and it's perfect. It's just a case of unzipping the file and pasting it into the emulator's subdirectory within where Fightcade's been installed, and it's perfect, and it works an absolute treat. And so it makes, within minutes, once you've downloaded and installed, you have to map the buttons for every game to start off with because each game's different. That's the only time delay in doing so. But once you've done that, that's it set up, and then you can have a laugh with mates. And it's been ages. The last time I played that was a couple of years back doing Streets of Rage with Oblisky. Playing it all the way through as far as we can go anyway, and that was great fun. I really recommend our friends, listeners, and especially the Discord lot to have challenge competitions on that. And
we'll put details on Discord, and we'll try and get a few because I'd love to. I mean, it's interesting because I don't really, I never really played many with 2-player because unlike you, I wasn't lucky enough. Like my brother was 10 years older than me, never really into games or anything. So for me, gaming pretty much was quite a solo affair, really. It'd be interesting to see because did you find it's too much madness on the screen for 2-player?
No, it was fine. Had a great laugh. We chatted on Discord, having a good banter and laugh as well on the voice channels, So it's just like someone standing next to you. 4 players, because it's not a widescreen game, I think it would be overkill, to be honest.
Yeah.
But 2 players was the sweet spot, and it was absolutely a ball to play this in that mode. I'm glad I took that opportunity to do that.
Did you happen to record it or not?
I didn't because I should have. It was just because we're faffing about, just because I was giving it to Darren as a tutorial on how to get it all working. There was a couple of sweary moments and things like that, so I just didn't really think about it. But I'm annoyed. It's one of these things you should kick yourself in retrospect.
Because remember, we got that second channel now, so like if we do things like this, we can just upload it there for people if they want. So it's. Was this new to you as well? This one?
No, I know this game.
Right. How did you discover this one then?
MAME, on MAME, looking for games of this ilk. To be honest, and I certainly never saw it in the arcades or anything like that. So coming across it, and I probably read about it online or something like that. But it's an absolute charm. Absolute charm.
I mean, I was the same way. This was just sort of like exploring through, as you say, games of this ilk, and then it was only after the fact when I first played it many years ago that I realised, hang on, this is Sunset Riders, because it's so apparent it's done by the same design team and everything.
But what more I said, the hats off to the sprite work in this book. It is absolutely. I love great sprite work. See, like I was moaning about the new, the new Shinobi, and the visuals just don't work for me. I don't. It's
Pixels
soulless.
is beautiful. Yeah. No, because you were the same with the because there was that. What's the one? The Project X, wasn't it? The new one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit to me. Sorry, I know, but it just looks like son of clip art.
It wasn't quite. I mean, at least the Alistair Brimble's music sort of elevates it a little bit. But you're right. Far worse than that. Have you seen the 40th anniversary of Boulder Dash?
No,
that's clip art.
Don't ruin one of my most favourite games. I'm going to have to look like. Wait. I'm going to look this up.
Yeah.
I'm just looking. Why did they make the characters look? Well, that doesn't work.
No. I just, immediate turn off. Because I was quite, I'm like you. I mean, I quite enjoy, the Boulder Dash game. So I was like, oh, this is going to be. And then just as soon as I saw the graphics, it's like, no.
It just looks like you run about in Candy Crush.
Yeah, that's it. And that's the thing. It's just sort of looks almost AI generated, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's this kind of soulless.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got the original levels, right?
Yeah.
So, are they meaning they've got the original levels that
the layouts,
the layouts, or I would love, give me the ability to jump between the different graphic modes.
Mm.
Then again, when I had that with Monkey Island and such, I spent more time jump between the graphics than playing
the game.
Yeah. No, not for me, that.
No, not for me. But that's the sort of thing that I agree with you. But I mean, I'm like you. I love gorgeous pixel artwork and this is the team, the designer of this. He also did like Contra 3, Cow of Moo Mesa, the Teenage Mutant Turtles in Time and things like that. So I just love the design work of this and stuff like that. So I'm like you. This is, and it's one that I wanted to shout out purely because, as I say, everybody always talks about Sunset Riders, and I think personally, Mystic Warriors is the better game in my opinion. But then maybe that's because I didn't have a SNES and don't have the same nostalgic memories of Sunset Riders.
Yeah.
So there you go. They were my 6 choices.
You're jumping ahead again. Rarity.
Oh, yes. Yeah, rarity.
It's bad for us listeners, isn't it? He just jumps the gun and forgets.
Getting senile. Right, Mystic Warriors. I am going to go back to 5.
9.
So... Okay, that's a bit more popular than I thought. But I was in the right ballpark with all of them. So that's pretty good. Right, okay, so that was my lineup of arcade hidden gems. So 6 games, 6 genres, and hopefully new ones for our listeners to sort of track down and try. And with love, as always, for people to reach out and tell me what they think. I mean, that's one of the big thrills with doing these sort of shows, is hearing people discover these new gems along with us. And I would be really interested to know what people think. And hopefully, like if we do that Fight K2 that you were talking about, some of these are 2-player, we'll get some gameplay footage uploaded of some multiplayer action as well.
Yeah, because we can record the audio as well from Discord.
It'd be fun to do.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be good.
Cool. Any final thoughts or anything?
Well, that was a great choice. I've had a blast playing each and every one of these games. No stinkers.
That's good.
No stinkers at all. I did question your Pang edition, but then I saw your rationale, so that's fine. So
my rationale was I'm running out of puzzle games.
Yeah, I know. You don't need to choose that as a genre. You can
but I'm not going to choose a fighting game. Oh.
No, that's for someone else to do, not me.
Yeah. So. And you boys have covered pretty much every beat 'em up, you and Rick with your walk right and fight. Yeah. Double pack. So I'm very curious when it comes up to your choices to see what you'll choose for the next.
I'm looking forward to it.
Episode.
We gave it a little rest for a while, but that was great fun to come back on that one. Really good.
Cool. Well, really looking forward. As I say, we got please, as always, check out our YouTube channel. Help us out trying to get it noticed. One of the things I discovered, actually, which I'm guilty of probably killing the channel doing this, is because apparently if you watch it briefly and then stop watching it, it kills the channel because it assumes that the video thinks it's crap. Which is, well, maybe it deserves to be, but yeah, no, I mean, to our listeners, if you do, I do think it's worth watching on the video as well, isn't it? Even though we don't really get anywhere near the same number of listens as we do on the audio for all the right reasons, but
predominantly always will be a audio podcast, and hence the whole way we speak. We're not speaking like a YouTube video. We're just complementing this audio with a visual overload with it.
Yeah, it is, yeah, but sometimes it does really help sing the physical game.
I think
what
so,
we're
yeah.
talking about. As I say, I've certainly enjoyed going back to converting some of our old shows because
you're doing top work, mate.
Yeah, so I'm working on the Star Wars episode we did. So I'm looking forward to, and that's got me all playing the Star Wars games. But that was good because that episode was. Because unfortunately you can't, because remember I did the one on the Retro Asylum.
Yeah.
And the mistake we made there on the Retro Asylum one was that I got overexcited and covered like every game ever. So it was like an insanely long episode. And then of course I did another free book on that because I got very excited.
Yeah.
But I kind of like with our episode, and sadly you can't find that episode anymore because for reasons separate to me, it was
the Retro Asylum one, the
Retro Asylum one. But this one I really like because what we did was, rather than choose the common ones that everybody always knows, like Super Star Wars or
Atari Star Wars Arcade,
or Atari, or the arcade ones, we went for the most part obscure choices.
Yeah, it was great fun. That was a good episode
and all gold. So to sort of see the footage with that again is I'm quite excited when I get to share that. But as I say, like we said, it's like it's finding the balance. I'm finding it just crazy at the moment. It's like because we were supposed to record on the weekend, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was my plan. And I said, like, Kingy, I just haven't got time. We have to wait till Tuesday because it's like, you wake up in the morning and the missus is like, okay, we're going to like a sunflower farm and you're taking Mira to the cinema to watch Bluey the movie. You're doing, and then you're taken to Inflator Nation, and it's like, oh, okay, that's a whole bank holiday weekend gone then. And then I do grocery shops. Such is life.
Yeah, it gets in the way. Yeah.
I know. Granddaughters can never get in the way. They're good memories. So. Yeah. And you've got to make the most of the sunshine, isn't it? It's certainly not all about games, but cool. And the other thing I'd say to our listeners, or perhaps people discovering it with newly, is it 11th of October? We're doing the Arcade Club meetup in Bury.
10th, 11th.
10th, 11th. So that's Friday the 10th. 11th being the big day, where everybody's there, but we'll be there the whole weekend, and really excited.
Looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
awesome. Hotel booked, train booked, everything. Yeah,
I haven't done the train yet, but the coach yet, but all booked. I usually, because I get the monthly ticket when I go. I probably buy on the day. Go on Friday. Yeah,
you can't. The booking system is a lot shorter now than before, so we can't book our tickets yet for there. It's like you have to wait a lot closer to the time, but it's not long now.
Okay, no, I didn't know. I just the one time I tried to get the monthly thing, and this was with Sean Holly from Tenpence, who when he worked there, help, and we. Even with his help, it got it totally wrong. So I've never done it again because it was a real pain. Because all they were able to do was give me like a ticket each day,
right?
Which was fine, but it meant that Well, not
It's
that.
Q.
Yeah, I had to be with a hoi polloi and Q.
No, it's not happening. Took the piss here last year with that whole Wayne's World moment with your badge.
Yeah. Exactly. But no, really, really good. No, I hope to our listeners you really enjoyed with this. We'd love to hear, as always, what you think, and we also love to hear your suggestions, like with obscure ones. I mean, I'm really enjoying, like, on the Discord, isn't it? We people give like their own suggestions and themes every day. They put a new game on, isn't it, and stuff.
Mike Hodd does a theme a month, and he's been doing a wonderful job on our Discord general chat channel, where he has, like this month, there's 31 days of gangsters, so he's went through everything from, Muggsy and Street Wars, and it's endless.
Really good choices, isn't it, Mike?
It's excellent, and he goes from the popular to the obscure. You had what's the crosshair shoot 'em up in the arcade called again? I've forgotten his name.
Crosshair.
Chicago.
Yeah, 1937, isn't it? Or
yeah, stuff like that. He's listed that, and then it had superheroes, and then he said war, and always look forward to see what's going to be the next one. So well done, Mike, for continuing to do that.
Yeah, really, really good.
And yeah,
but I was suggesting we will have to look through some of his past choices and maybe do a select, on a theme. Choose.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
He does do good choices.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's a great community. I mean, there's so many lovely people on there, and there's also Kingy. But it's it's really nice, isn't it? Everybody's like shouting out, and I'm getting a bit overzealous with giving out recommendations for games on sales, not necessarily buying them all. What's bad is a lot of them I buy as well. That's the trouble.
It's not that. Look at go. Pish is that you're posting? Who's freaking recommending that turd? Drisky.
They're good. They're all good. They're all classics. Don't listen to him. He doesn't even like Speedball 2.
No, I don't.
It's a good community, and that's one of the reasons we do the show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, keep it retro.
Bye-bye.